Good evening, everybody. Hopefully, everything is good to go. If anybody's in the chat, let me know if the audio is good. Let me see here. Video looks good. Yeah, I think we should be good to go. In any case, welcome everybody back to Eternaments. I'm your host, Gibular Bob, and we have a matchup tonight, Infinity versus Rebel. Now, Infinity, they've been around for quite some time, since the preseason of the Breachers VRML at least. And they're a team who's been through it all. They've been in the finals and a couple excuse me. They've been in the not exactly the finals, but in the postseason for BCL, VRML, leagues like that, and they've just recently started their season in VRML, Season 2. And Rebel is a team that has also been around for a while. They were a prominent name in Season 1 of both BCL and VRML, and then they had a disband, but they're back now with some different members, but some familiar ones as well. Most notably, Baymask off the top of my head is one of the players that was on the original team. But they're back, and they've done particularly well for themselves. I've casted before for Eternity, and that was Rebel versus Eternaments. And that was Rebel versus Draconic. There we go. So it's been a very entertaining couple of matches here from Rebel. They're currently sitting number 6 in the Breachers VRML. And Infinity, their team, they've beaten Indomitable there, but they lost to both Eternity and Wicked. So they've had some rough matches recently. And if we take a look at the pure data from Rebel, they're doing pretty well. They've beaten Taurus United, Eternity. Oh no, they lost to Eternity. They beat one unit, tied with Olympus, and then recently beat Spectral. Audio is solid. Okay, awesome. Thank you. Okay. Everything looks good. Then just waiting on 2 more to connect from... excuse me, 3 more to connect from Rebel. Ninja has yet to switch teams. We'll see how this goes. I'm excited. Welcome everybody in the chat. How's it going? Good to see everyone. Apologies for the mute there, but it looks like all the audio is good now. Thanks for that. Okay. Right. We also do have some sponsors to talk about. If you'll give me just a moment. Let me find that. Here we go. Just so I'm shouting out the correct people here. But, yeah. Eternaments is brought to you by a couple of different partners. First off is Kiwi Design, your go-to source for top-tier VR accessories. Elevate your gaming experience with their meta controllers and more. Next up, if you're looking for a thrilling new VR game that challenges your hand-eye coordination, check out Gravity League. Can you prevent the ball from getting past you? Download the game on Oculus VR and find out. Next up is Echo Master League, which is one of our newest partners, reviving the spirits of Echo VR players. Also, calling all Rocket League fans. Make sure to check out Ultimate Rocket League, URL, for exciting 2v2 and 3 vs 3 tournaments. Get ready for some high-octane action. Next up, we do have some Eternaments partners. Let's shine a spotlight on some of our fantastic community members. Big shout out to Sweet Life, a variety streamer with streams starting at 6 p.m. EST. Don't miss their sponsored VR chat open mic on Thursdays at 10 p.m. EST and a casted D&D campaign at 9 p.m. EST on Fridays. And finally, let's not forget about Jucifer, one of our respected partners and a variety Twitch streamer for Gravity League, Echo VR, and Eternaments. Make sure to show them some love and give them a follow. With that out of the way, we are getting ready to start up Map 1 as we speak. Everyone on Rebel has connected, as well as Infinity. Let me make sure I have the... There we go. All right. Now, we do see Rebel starting off on the offense. Infinity taking the defense. A couple of Spectrals coming out from Infinity. They also do have a static field emitter. They picked up a proximity alarm and a frag. Meanwhile, Rebel going for 2 Spectrals, 2 Cyclones, and a Jesper. A standard opening that we've come to see from Rebel when they are on an eco phase. That extra Jesper is giving them an opportunity to buy a little bit more util, which they can in turn use to likely get control of that pistol round. Well, actually, Lee is purchasing a Spectral there. So it looks like I was a bit wrong, but here we go. Ninja Tim opening up the garage, going bowling, and able to find the drone, but not quite any of the Rebel players. Here comes Baymask and Siren moving in. Baymask catching Ninja Tim almost immediately as Link's GTV looking to swing out into the laundry hallway and find some kills. Ooh, Colin catching himself with a flashbang. His Evil Jester catching Lee Matos and dropping a second on a Stanky. Baymask now contesting that laundry hallway with 2 minutes 25 left on the clock. Both Siren and Baymask are pretty low on health, 13 and 12 respectively. Colin, with 78 health, has a little bit more, but this is going to be difficult as it is a 4 versus 3 with Rebel looking pretty hurt. Venom does find the kill on a Baymask, and it's now a 4 versus 2, just down to Colin and Siren against the remaining 4 Infinity players. Colin able to find the kill on Link's GTV, looking for a second, but Evil Jester picks up that kill. It's now just down to Siren. There is breaching foam on the kitchen wall from Garage. And here's a minute and a half on the clock. Venom moving behind the kitchen island. Siren will catch Fem. Recovers the EMP, but not a whole lot they can do while they are very, very low on health. Evil Jester over by the pantry. Venom tucking just right of the laundry wall there. May catch Siren off guard if they aren't careful. There's now just a minute left on the clock in this first round. And Siren looking the wrong way may be caught and will be caught by Venom as Infinity pick up their first round of this matchup. Place your bets on who you think will win Map 1. Your window is open now. Thank you, Mons, for getting that started. How's everyone doing? I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. Now, taking a look at the eco. Interesting. This is a double eco from Infinity. They're not buying Vesence. They're instead sticking with only Spectrals, while Rebel are also using those Spectrals and Cyclone. They are going to invest in some more utility. And I think a big problem that they had is they didn't have a drone available to use in that previous round. It was destroyed immediately by that frag grenade. They weren't able to find some of the information that they probably hoped to find. We'll see what happens here in round 2. But Infinity are giving Rebel an opportunity to bring it back and give them a round over here. There's the breaching foam on the gym wall. And there's the breach. Siren over the retaining wall just looking for any kind of pick that they can get on Infinity. Ninja Tim moving over to storage and holding the table is Baymask, now looking to push the breach. Baymask picking up a bit of damage from that frag, but will be able to find Ninja Tim, catch them off guard. I didn't even notice, but Venom did pick up that round 2 Vezin, which may create some problems for Rebel. Evil Jester will take out Baymask as Colin in turn finds Link's GTV. Colin making their way into Jim, able to recover the Vezin as Evil Jester is pushed and swung by Colin, and it's now just down to Fem, the last standing Infinity player, who is picking up some damage and is caught in a 4 versus 1. But Colin will walk out of it, recovering the Vezin and clutching up for Rebel. They turned an eco round into a win, and they kept the Vezin that Infinity bought. So things are looking better for Rebel here in this first half. Of course, this is the rifle round. Teams will be able to buy, except for Fem, who doesn't quite have enough money at this point. Link's GTV going for that signature Marui buy. One thing I've noticed about Link's GTV is they're very, very good at placing those shots and getting those wall bangs. It's something that's I've come to notice as a signature move of Link's GTV, and we'll see how Infinity does now on this defensive half. Of course, it is still 1-1, plenty of time for both sides to develop and pull ahead. Of course, Infinity did win the pistol round, but Rebel brought it back, taking out all 5 of those Infinity players on an eco. So we'll see who walks away as the winner here of round 2. Ninja Tim goes bowling, finds Colin. It can be easy to forget that the other team will go bowling sometimes, and they're just ready for a push. Baymask, however, finding Venom, getting a good response pick as Lee Matos takes themselves out with a frag grenade. You can see the frustration from Siren there. Not a good start from Rebel by any means, and the drone will go down to Evil Jester. Good shot placement by Siren, though. Able to catch a bit of damage onto Jester, force them to use that healing syringe. And it's a second drone from Rebel as it moves over into Site B. Getting a little bit of intel, Evil Jester looking to push up and find some shots through the kitchen wall. And Ninja Tim takes themselves out with reverse friendly fire. Siren taking out Link's GTV as it's now down to a 3 versus 2. Evil Jester and Fem against Siren, Baymask, and Stanky. And Fem just went down to Siren, leaving only Evil Jester, who's caught by Baymask, to give Rebel the lead of this matchup. Unfortunate for both teams because they both lost a player to themselves. Lee Matos took himself out with a frag, and Ninja Tim with reverse friendly fire. So definitely a tougher round for Infinity, as they are, are only able to buy 1 Vezin here in this 4th round. They spent a lot. We'll see if they invest in some utility at all. Even if you are on an eco round, it's important to spend some money on utility, because your goal should be to try and get 2, maybe even 3 picks on your opponent and do as much damage to their eco as possible. Now, even if Rebel does lose this round, they'll still be able to full buy, but Infinity are going to need to do as much damage to this Rebel economy as possible. We'll see if they can manage to do that here in round 4. Evil Jester looking to push up to the breach, but will be taken out by Lee Matos. A bit of a super eco from Infinity, as we see both Ninja Tim and Fem running Jespers, Venom and Link's GTV on Spectral System. Lee Matos will take out Neil. Ninja Tim swings out, finds the kill onto Baymask, but 2 quick kills from Rebel make this a 4-1 game. with Venom currently alone in bar. Is able to take out Lee Matos, though, and recover that Vezin. It presents the question, if you're Venom in this situation, do you save that Vezin and escape? And it looks like that might be what Venom is going to do. Of course, they'll have to be careful that Rebel doesn't decide to track them down. One of them is all the way up on the roof. It is going to be a defuse round for Rebel and give them the lead by 2 points. But they're going to have to be careful because they've given a Vezin over to Infinity for free. It's a bit of an overextension by Lee Matos. Now, of course, Infinity could turn it around, but Rebel have been proving that they have the ability to shut down Infinity's pushes on the defense. And we'll see when Infinity moves over to the offense how they decide to play it. Maybe they're weaker on defense when it comes to hideout. But right now they've been struggling to find these picks against Rebel. Momentum is rapidly building in favor of Rebel as they are currently drowning in money. Both Baymask and Lee Matos have the least amount of money on the team, and they still have 2,400, so that's not saying much. Now, Infinity, they did, of course, get that free Vezin. Venom recovered that at the end of the previous round. They do have 2 healing syringes, 2 frag grenades, so Infinity investing in some utility, which again is smart. You want to be investing in that utility. You never want to go in with just Vezins. One of your players will probably have to bite the bullet and play some support because utility is just that important. Evil Jester being caught almost immediately by Colin, but defended by Venom. All in the first 10 seconds of the round as Lee Matos caught by a frag grenade at the door. Evil Jester, no, not Evil Jester, ninja'd him way in the back of Garage, firing some shots at Lee Matos as a drone heading into Garage under that van. It is going to spot ninja'd him. He's going to have to abandon Garage quickly before they are caught. Flashbang, and there goes ninja'd him as Baymask will catch that kill. Fem taking out Siren as it's now a 3 versus 4. Lynx GTV. Ooh, Baymask was caught in a trip mine. There you see the value of the utility as Lynx GTV going for that shot placement, trying to get somebody through the wall. There's just 2 minutes left on the clock. There's a frag tossed way into the back of Site B, almost catching Venom. But they are able to get that healing syringe off. Stanky over in the laundry hallway right now as Lee Matos and Baymask weighing their options if they want to continue with this push. Lee Matos will find Fem, evening this to a 3 versus 3 as Baymask tossing an incendiary towards that middle connector, and now a smoke. They're trying to disorient Infinity as much as possible, and there's a breach on the Garage wall, but Venom will have none of it. Takes out Lee Matos and looks to push onto Stanky, but Stanky finding that kill. Meanwhile, Evil Jester taking out Baymask and then drops the second kill onto Stanky to give Infinity their second round. I almost said Rebel. Very, very good start from both of these teams as we head into the halftime round here of Map 1. Rebel able to afford 4 Vezins. They've got a drone, plenty of util on their team. They can really spend as much money as they want, buy out the whole shop, and they'd still probably have a surplus amount of cash. Infinity, also not looking bad, able to field 5 Vezins, plenty of util. This is going to be an exciting final round because both teams have lots to spend, and Eco, for once, isn't the problem. They're both very, very rich. We'll see exactly what they decide to do. Baymask, interestingly enough, doesn't have any kind of utility. We'll see if they decide to pick some up. Looks like it might be a potential push from Rebel into Family Room Balcony. That's what they are positioning for. As Lee Matos up on the hatch. Colin looking to drop into the family room balcony. Infinity over in Site A as a proximity alarm will go off. Colin manages to take that out. There goes a frag under the door blocker, and here comes the drone into Site A. 2.5 minutes on the clock right now as Colin takes themselves out with friendly fire. Lee Matos finds Lynx GTV. This is the third casualty this night that we've had because of friendly fire or somebody taking themselves out with their own equipment. Venom catching Baymask as it's now a 3 versus 4. Siren will manage to find that kill onto Venom. It is now a 3 versus 3. Best case scenario for Infinity is to tie it heading into the second half. Best case for Rebel is the 4-2. Nobody has possession of the EMP right now. It's right behind Siren, who's going to have to push to get it planted. And there it goes. It's just been tossed to Siren, and a flashbang will catch Ninja Tim. The EMP has not been planted yet, though. However, quick double kill from Rebel leaves just Fem as the last member of Infinity standing. They're going to have a tough time winning this, especially as Lee Matos looks to push, but Fem, not losing any health at all, will find that kill. Looking to possibly push for that healing syringe, but it's going to be dangerous as Stanky on the flank looking for Fem, who instead decides to push out into Site A. But may be caught by Stanky on the flank, pushing up to Siren, who cuts off Fem and manages to bring Rebel into the second half 4-2 over Infinity as Stanky makes it another kill due to friendly fire. This one intentional, though. Here we are in half number 2 as Rebel purchasing those 3 Spectrals, 2 Cyclones, as Infinity going for probably a standard Spectral loadout. There it is. They did purchase, interesting, a cloaking device from Ninja Tim, or for Ninja Tim. Evil Jester with the breaching foam. Fem going for the extra intel with the drone. We'll see how Infinity decides to attack. They have, of course, switched sides, so they get the advantage of setting the pace of the attack. The Infinity that I remember seeing, it's admittedly been some time since I've previously seen how they play, but they used to be very, very fast on the attack. Coordinated, and we'll see if they can keep that up. As Ninja Tim catching quite a bit of damage along with the Evil Jester from a Rebel player who went bowling. I believe that was Siren. Siren taking out Evil Jester. A very early pick for Infinity to give up to Rebel. Lee Matos, you can see, is looking for Viper, who's opened up that door from the foyer. A lot of friendly fire this game. Yeah, it's been a lot of friendly fire from both teams. Lee Matos hiding in garage as there's 2 minutes 20 seconds left on the clock in half number 2. Specifically, round number 7. Fem looking to move in, along with Lynx GTV, who does make entry into the garage. Not expecting Lee Matos to be tucking, but Lee finds one. Almost picks up a second, but Lynx GTV quick to shut that down. However, it's a 3 versus 4. With Infinity currently in the player deficit, as Stanky finds Lynx GTV. Colwyn looking to push up. Will take out Ninja Tim, gets refragged by Fem, and Baymask will find the refrag onto Fem to give Rebel a 5-2 game. Remember, one more, and they will secure match point for map 1. Here comes... Surely they're going to buy a Vezin over on Rebel, right? Guarantee the match point. Looks like, however, they may go for pistols. Not something you often see. Of course, Infinity have to go for pistols because, well, they can't afford anything better at the moment. Evil Jester, however, picking up a Taurus, potentially going for those one-taps. They may be anticipating Rebel to buy a Vezin, but Rebel has not. They're instead, of course, running their 3 Spectral, 2 Cyclone loadout. We'll see what happens here on round number 8 of the second half. 2 more rounds and Rebel will have won this map. We see Stanky upstairs opening up the top floor as the rest of Infinity making their way into Garage. Lee Matos, however, waiting on the big stairs. Oh no, waiting in the pantry. As Evil Jester, the rest of Infinity going upstairs to hunt Stanky. Evil Jester shutting Stanky down immediately with that Taurus. Stanky, of course, didn't have anything too valuable on them. They were on roaming duty. And speaking of roaming duty, here's Baymask on the other half of the map, catching Venom off guard, now heading down the small stairs. Fem looking to catch Baymask. Ooh, but Baymask just barely escaping into Wine Cellar. However, they're being pursued by Ninja Tim and may be caught here. Catching a bit of damage onto Ninja Tim, but Ninja Tim finding that kill on Baymask. Colin moving behind the workbench there as Infinity just overpowering this Rebel defense. And you have to wonder, was this an oversight? They sent too many people onto roams, and this is good adaptation from Infinity. Okay. They were... I think they played it very smart on Infinity. They realized that the play was not to give Rebel 1v1s, but to instead overpower them with sheer numbers, which they did. And Fem catching Lee Matos to give Infinity their 3rd round. They're now just 2 rounds off of catching up from Rebel. And the eco, the double eco from Rebel doesn't work out. However, they do still have plenty of money. They're all able to full buy and pick up some extra utility for the road. But Infinity have a lot of money. Subbing out one of their players for Cosmos. Oh yeah, Lynx GTV for Cosmos. Taking a look at the scoreboard here. Siren 8-4, Baymask 7-6 along with Colin. Lee Matos 7-7 and Stanky 2-3. Meanwhile, over on Infinity, Evil Jester 8-5, Venom 6-6, Ninja Tim 4-8, Fem 4-7, and Cosmos, who's just connected, 0-0. We'll see how Infinity decides to play this now that they've got a little bit of momentum in their pocket. The sights, of course, are going to be downstairs once again, this time kitchen and dining room. Taking a look upstairs, we see Baymask all the way over on the roam in bathroom. There's a breach from the upstairs hatch, and here comes a drone from Infinity. Looks like they are going to try and clear out roamers on the first floor because they've come to anticipate the roamers from Rebel. They are pretty spread out. This makes me a little bit concerned for Infinity because the whole goal here should be to group up the team, don't give Rebel unnecessary 1v1s, the opportunity to take people out. Ninja Tim taking out Stanky, and there goes the breach from upstairs. His momentum is quickly swinging in the favor of Infinity. Evil Jester getting caught, but oh my goodness, Siren with a quick shutdown. Very well played as Cosmos looking to push out from the shower. Finally does take out Cosmos, but will be refragged by Fem, as it's now a 3 versus 3 with 2 minutes left on the clock. Fem watching the upstairs hatch as Lee Matos behind the table in dining room. Colin playing center in B. Remember, just one more round, and Rebel will have taken match point here on map 1. Venom firing some shots, looking for a player behind the table. There's now just a minute and a half on the clock as Fem Ninjatim and Venom, figuring out exactly how they want to attack this Rebel defense. There's only a minute 15, so they're going to have to make a move at some point. Venom dropping the hatch as Fem is able to take out Lee Matos, who got Venom before going down. It's now a 2 versus 2. The weaker player's been taken out on Infinity, leaving only 2 players who have quite a bit of their health remaining. Siren getting caught by Ninjatim, as it's now just down to Colin, who is able to take out Fem. Will they also find Ninjatim, who's on the flank? Colin, oh my goodness, Colin expecting that. Switches over, finds the kill onto Ninjatim. Good game sense there. Colin realized that if Ninjatim wasn't going to push that door, then they would probably try that second door in living room. It was a good catch. I don't know how this will go. I'm voting for Rebel. Well, Rebel have just secured match points, and only one more round win will give them the win over map 1. Ninjatim half buying, along with Evil Jester. They're investing here on Infinity. Fem, however, the only player of Infinity able to field a Vezin in this round. And here we go. How exactly will Infinity attack this? The sights are once again downstairs. Going off of previous experience, Infinity were able to get some rounds over Rebel when they were on, or they were able to get the round over Rebel the last time the sights were in this specific location. But we'll see. Will Rebel be caught off guard again? Ooh, good crossfire setup as Lee Matos taking out Venom. Baymask finds Cosmos. There goes a drone. As Infinity are already down to a 3 versus 5. Rebel only able to field 3 Vezins, but Infinity only able to field 1. Flash toss down as Colin is taken out by Evil Jester. But Lee Matos quick with the refrag. It's now just down to Fem and Ninjatim, the last players preventing Infinity from losing map 1 to Rebel. There's now just 2 minutes left. 2 minutes 20 left in this round as Fem looking to make entry into storage, where Siren is patiently waiting for someone to make a move. Stanky upstairs in garage may catch Ninjatim off guard, but Ninjatim was expecting it. However, Stanky only had a Spectral, not giving Infinity any extra weapon advantage, giving them any hope of being able to turn this round around. Only a minute 45 left on the clock as Siren does find the kill on Ninjatim. And once again, we find it just down to Fem, who's got to defend against Siren, Baymask, and Lee Matos, with only a minute and a half on the clock to plant the EMP or secure those kills. Fem is able to take out Lee Matos, looking for a second on a Baymask. Going for the blind fire, doesn't quite catch it. Ooh, Infinity. They're listening. But Baymask decides not to peek out at the last second, possibly saving them. Siren swings out, but Fem will catch it. And it's now just down to Baymask, who did recover a Vezin. Will Baymask find the kill onto Fem? There's only a minute left on the clock. We could be on the verge of seeing map 1 end right now. Fem is about to walk right into the crosshair of Baymask, but rotates out through storage and now heading over to the breach. There's only 45 seconds left on the clock as Baymask has fallen back further into Site B. Just 40 seconds left. Fem now has an idea of where Baymask is. I wonder, did those shots catch Fem off guard? Fem now swinging around, looking at the bomb, thinking maybe somebody's over there, and Baymask is right behind the bomb, and Fem able to take out Baymask to bring us a 6-4 game, giving Infinity a little bit more momentum to keep pushing. Apologies, just had to grab a quick drink there, but let's take a look at the economy here. Rebel looking pretty hurt right now. They only have 2 Vezins up. Good news for them is they've already secured match point, but bad news is that Infinity can still tie it. And it's looking like they may just do that, as they're able to field 5 Vezins, plenty of utility. That's going to put extra pressure on Siren and Stanky to get as much use out of those Vezins. And it's going to put a lot of pressure on Baymask, Colin, and Lee Matos to soften up Infinity as much as they can for their Vezin players. Frag tossed by Rebel. And here comes the drone into Garage with 2 minutes 50 on the clock. Lee Matos looking for the drone, but picking up some damage from Fem through the table. Now just 2 minutes 40 on the clock as Fem catches some damage now. The drone looking to move under the door blocker. Siren and Lee Matos currently playing center of B. Decide to back off a little bit as Evil Jester does take out Stanky. Siren finds a kill, looking for a kill onto Fem, who's proven to be quite the pest for Infinity tonight. Excuse me, for Rebel tonight. Baymask with the cycle and looking for some damage onto Cosmos as Fem trying to catch Baymask. Ninja Tim catching Baymask with a frag grenade. And there's now just 1 minute 50 left on the clock as Rebel really have no choice but to fall back into Site A. And listen as the EMP gets planted by Infinity. Cosmos looking to get that job done. As there's 1 minute 40 on the clock. Colin looking to swing out, but almost gets their head taken off by Ninja Tim. Lee Matos over in the connector, but unbeknownst to them, once they walk through, Fem was going for the headshot. Ninja Tim is able to take out Siren, finds the second onto Colin. It's now just down to Lee Matos, who does have a Vezin, but Ninja Tim are going for the triple kill and secures it to give us a 6-5 game as Rebel now looking in a bit more of a dangerous situation. How exactly will Rebel respond to Infinity here? Well, it's certainly going to be difficult as Infinity, they have 5 Vezins and Rebel only have 2 at the moment. They've spent a lot, they didn't eco, and now that we're on round 12, it's not looking good as Infinity could possibly tie it up here, heading into map number 2. We'll see if Rebel has the ability to pull out a win. Oh, they did pick up a 3rd Vezin. It's just down to Stanky and Siren, who aren't able to buy. It looks like Stanky did play a bit of support, bought some gadgets for the rest of the team. And there goes a drone from Cosmos looking to go into the family room balcony. Of course, the sites are upstairs, shower, and actually, I'm not sure what the name of Site B is. I do call it the server room. I'm not sure if that's the official call out or not. Ninja Tim firing some shots through the Site A wall. Lee Matos able to take out that Infinity drone. Interesting. Siren picking up a healing syringe, not giving it to another Vezin player on Rebel. Oh my goodness. S-tier frag from Ninja Tim, who's able to catch Lee Matos off guard. Colin, now playing center of Site A, is forced to go back in the showers. Baymask takes their spot, but is immediately caught by Ninja Tim. Colin able to take out Evil Jester as Venom finds Siren. It's now just down to Stanky as Ninja Tim finds Colin. And where is Stanky? They're downstairs on the roam. And I think that's what Infinity is anticipating as Colin looking for Stanky, who does toss a frag upstairs, but Cosmos closes out map 1 to give us a 6-6 game. We're guaranteed to go to a 3rd map. Good comeback from Infinity. as they completely brought it back against Rebel in this second half. Looked pretty dire for them, but Rebel were just unable to secure that final round that they needed against Infinity. And here we go. The results of map 1. Let's take a look at the scoreboard. Siren, 11-8. Baymask, 9-10. Colin, 10-9. Lee Matos, 10-11. And Stanky, 2-7. Over on Infinity, Ninja Tim, 14-10. Evil Jester, 10-9. Fem, 9-8. Venom, 7-8. And Cosmos, 1-2. How will both teams pull ahead? We'll see if that happens here on map 2, which is currently being voted on. Well, that was certainly not what the prediction anticipated. It looked like we had some viewers voting specifically for teams, but it ended up not going to anybody at all. Map number 2 is going to be Factory. As we start up the second map, and hopefully this time we'll see a winner. Spectral's coming out from Infinity as they look to possibly take this map. Previous map didn't go well for them. They were locked out of the opportunity to win, but they did bring it back in the end and tied it, which prevented Rebel from, in turn, gaining the advantage heading into map 2. So we're now on kind of a clean slate. Rebel will have to play their eco game a little smarter if they do get ahead. Oh, interesting. I've never seen this bug before. Big green. Does Fem have a cloaking device? Huh, I'm not sure where that big green light came from. Oh, there it is. It's back again. Oh. Oh, that's horrible. I don't know. I think it's the grapple. Yeah, I think I remember seeing problems where the grapples were green sometimes. Interesting little bug. I had no idea it looked like that in Spectator, but there you have it. 2 minutes 50 on the clock as we start up the first round of the second map. Fem currently playing the storage hatch as the rest of Infinity looking to make their way through blue vending. Stanky tossing a frag out. Not catching Venom or Evil Jester. Evil Jester looking to push up to Site B. Baymask waiting in the back along with Stanky, who will go down to Ninja Tim. As we see 2 minutes 15 left on the clock, Baymask goes down to Ninja Tim as well. And it's now a 5 versus 3. There goes the breach into Cubby as Colin finds the kill onto Fem. Cosmos trying to get the EMP planted. Lee Matos covering for Colin, able to take out Evil Jester. As we see a quick retake from Rebel. Ninja Tim caught between a rock and a hard place as Siren finds the kill, gives Rebel their first win on Factory. And that was a very, very entertaining first round as Infinity, it looked like they were going to pull away with the win there, but Rebel quickly able to bring it back with a couple of key picks, ultimately leaving Ninja Tim alone in blue vendings to deal with 3 Rebel players. Ah, it is the grapple. Well, let's spectate the inside of the building so we don't have to see everybody blind. Not a double eco this time around from Rebel. Siren picking up the Vezin, keeping at least 1 as we head into round number 2 of this second map. Infinity on a bit of a super eco, as I like to call it, is Ninja Tim, Evil Jester, and Cosmos only buying Jespers, can't talk today, while Fem and Venom both running Spectrals. There's a breach into the orange hallway as Venom, looking for a possible pick, onto Infinity. Excuse me, Rebel. Colin taking out Fem as Venom almost caught by Lee Matos. There goes the kitchen hatch. It's been opened up by Cosmos. Frag tossed down, but doesn't quite catch anybody. Venom is very, very low on health, and they have no kind of support items over on Infinity at the moment. Evil Jester does recover the EMP as Colin finds Ninja Tim. There's now just 2 minutes 15 left on the clock. Lee Matos able to take out Venom, but Evil Jester finding a kill onto Colin, which could be part of the turnaround here for Infinity. But no, Stanky shutting it down with a quick 2-piece kill to wrap up the round and give round number 2 to Rebel. Quick look at the scoreboard here shows us Colin 3-1. Lee Matos and Siren both having a perfect game at the moment. 3-0 from Lee, 2-0 from Siren. Stanky 2-1 and Baymask 0-1 at the moment. Over on Infinity, Ninja Tim 2-2, Evil Jester 1-2, and the rest of the team currently running 0-2. We are only 2 rounds in, and this is Infinity's time to shine. They now have Vezins as well. We'll see how they choose to respond to this Rebel defense. Who is going to win map 2? Let's take a look at the prediction here. Oh, nobody's voted yet because the prediction just started. But votes are coming in from Infinity. The viewers are confident that Infinity is going to be able to bring it back as they did in the second half of map number 1. Evil Jester making their way into Janitor. Siren almost catches them, but doesn't quite, rotating back into Site A instead of pushing further into Janitor, which, all things considered, was the smarter choice. But Ninja Tim catching Lee Matos with a frag. Again, very, very early into the round. 2.5 minutes on the clock right now. Here comes the drone into Electrical, scouting out for any kind of Infinity player, Rebel players. As Siren looking to head back over into Site A. Infinity have been rather quiet about their push, but now things are starting to open up as it is a two-prong onto Site A, which is Workshop. Now just 2 minutes left on the clock as Infinity looking to make a move and push in. Baymask, however, does catch Evil Jester. Evil Jester looking for a second kill, but Fem catches it instead. As Colin finds a kill of their own on the Venom this time. Picks up a second on Cosmos, but it's now just down to a 2 versus 2. Siren and Stanky, as Stanky goes down to Ninja Tim, it's now just down to a 1 versus 1. Both teams trading down until this moment. Minute and a half on the clock as Ninja Tim in a little bit less of a favorable position here. Time is not on their side. They're going to have to push for that EMP. Looking for Siren at the moment as they're about to run right into each other, but staying very crouched, trying to reduce movement. And Ninja Tim is about to catch Siren off guard here. Oh, but makes some footsteps and walks right into the crosshair of Siren as Rebel pick up their 3rd round in a row, making it a hat trick. Very, very nice round from Rebel. And a very good clutch from Siren. They were both very, very close to each other, but ultimately Ninja Tim wasn't able to win the one in the end. Now they're only able to field 1 Vezin on Infinity. Fem instead choosing to run a Cadillo instead of the Vezin. I wonder if the grapples are still green. Dare we take a look? Oh, they are, in fact, still very green. Here we go into round number 4 of map number 1. Oh my goodness, that is really, really offensive. It's just an offensive green. It's so bright. There goes the window open by the blue vendings. And here comes the storage hatches. Infinity focusing their push entirely on blue vendings. Frag tossed way into the back, but doesn't quite find Siren, who does manage to take out the drone, forcing Infinity to get less intel than they wanted. Colin looks to swing out and drops both Ninja Tim and Venom. Gets a little bit greedy, though, and swings Fem, but will go down. Stanky, good for Colin, though, was able to recover that refrag. It's now a 2 versus 4. Down to Fem and Cosmos, and a push that really didn't work out very well for Infinity at all. However, Fem able to find the kill onto Stanky. Looking for another one, possibly on Lee Matos. Here we go with Fem looking for some shots into blue vending. So Cosmos setting up a good crossfire as Lee Matos drops both Fem and Cosmos to give Rebel their 4th round in a row over Infinity. And things are starting to look a little bit dangerous for Infinity, as they haven't picked up a round over Rebel yet. Their best case scenario now is to go into the second half 4-2, and Rebel can still push for that first half lockout. Oh, perfect. Between rounds, there will be a trivia question. Answer it correctly, and if you're the fastest, your name will get a chance to win $20 at the end of the month by random draw. So make sure you are, in fact, paying attention, because you never know. You may get a trivia question, and you may end up winning $20 at the end of the month. Meanwhile, over on the matchup here, 5 Vezins across the board from Rebel, as Infinity running 4, but Fem sticking with that Cadillo. They've invested heavily into this round, and if they don't make this work, well, things aren't looking good for Infinity. Lee Matos tossing over a frag, for once trying to get a kill on Ninja Tim instead of being killed by Ninja Tim's frags, which has happened quite a few times in this matchup so far. However, it doesn't find anybody. As we see 2.5 minutes on the clock, Venom looking to go up the side. Please ignore the radioactive green emitting from Venom, as Ninja Tim and Evil Jester moving into orange storage. Here goes a flashbang. Not a good bounce as Colin capitalizes. Will take out Evil Jester. Cosmos quickly securing a refrag for Infinity in what's now a 4 versus 4. Siren taking out Fem, as we see Lee Matos pushing out into orange storage this time, taking out 1 and 2. Stanky dropping from the side of the building. Finds the kill onto Venom, and it's now a 5-0 game, with Infinity struggling to get around here in the first half. They're playing aggressively, and it's working, I guess. Tire Tongue just asked the question in the chat. I mean, I guess if it ain't broke, don't fix it, you know? They're playing aggressively, but it's working. They've got 5 rounds over Infinity right now, so hey, I mean, I guess keep up with the aggression. We'll see how Infinity chooses to approach the final round of this first half. Map 1, if you're just joining us, did end up as a tie. But things are looking better for Rebel now, as it's a 5-0 game. Wow, that is very, very bright. Once again, apologies for the lighting bug there. Wow, it is incredibly bright. so jarring to look at, yet I can't look away. Anyways, Colin heading over into lockers at the moment, looking for anybody on Infinity. Currently running an RCP, so as to not give Rebel anything extra. Stanky, however, also upstairs, finds a kill onto Evil Jester. And these roamers are really being the death of Infinity right now. They're looking for Stanky. There's the breaching foam on the hatches.